Hi, fishing persons. We're out at Lake Pontchartrain at its trussels. The first thing you want to do is you want to confirm what the tide is doing. And right now it looks like it might be a little slack tide, but I am on the north side of Firebreak 1, and there's not much water movement. I would suspect once you get out a little further, you're going to see some water moving in. Another sign is you look down the tracks towards the drawbridge. There's nobody, not that many boats at all. They have a few crab traps that are stuck with the caulk sticking out of them. I normally don't start trolling to after midway between Firebreak 1 and Firebreak 2. And when I mentioned fire breaks, right here, this is a fire break. I don't know if you can see the distinction, the difference in the tracks, and all of a sudden the fire break. Now normally they'll have painted on there, fishermen do that, like that's Firebreak 1. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very faint. That's Firebreak 1. Firebreak 5 will be on the north side of the drawbridge. In other words, Firebreak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You won't see another firebreak till you get past 184. That'll be Firebreak 6. And then 7, 8, and so on. And that's where I normally fish at, right past those fire breaks. We're not quite yet ready to drop down. I'm going to make a couple drags just to see if something's here, but I'm just going to go along here and try to tell you what to look for. Coming up right now, you're going to see a piling that has 4 marks on it, 4 white vertical marks. That probably marking an obstruction below for the trollers not to troll past that. And there's a bunch of ways you can do that. You can pick your lure up, go past and drop it back down. You can go further out and go around it. What I prefer to do is just raise my pole real high, go faster, get past it, and then slow down and let it go back down. Just know this is the speed I'm going. I'm as slow as I can go with the throttle on the Yamaha Nightmare machine. But I watch these pilings. I look for any type of markings that might indicate that there's something in the area. Once I tie these lines, it takes like six knots to put it back together. So I try not to get as hung up as much as possible. But it happens. There's a mark right there on the piling. You see a one little white mark? That's probably going to be something in the area that's going to, well, there's a crab trap right there. Something in the area that may catch your lure while you're trolling. And you don't want to keep tying, you don't want to keep losing them. Those rattle traps are like $5 a piece. The long 8 or whatever you call it, it's about 6 something a piece. Plus the trailers, you don't want to keep losing your lures. So you want to be trying to be cognizant of what's down there and try to avoid getting hooked up. Over here is a buoy. That's the LSU buoy that monitors the fish in the lake. I don't know if it's active. You used to be able to go on there and track the fish. They actually named the fish. You can see them going out and coming back in. Go back over here. There's a white dot. It's telling me something's down there. And this is normally where I start trolling at, from that white dot on. With the tide the way it is right now, it's very, very little tide coming in. So I would put my boat as close to the pilings as I can. I'm gonna move over there like that. Because you like to keep that lure as close to the pilings as you can. All right, here's another mark. There's something down here, so you'd have to try to get around that. But you can see how close I am to these pilings. And if the tide's coming in, which it's supposed to be doing, this is where I would be at, as close as I can get to this piling. And if it was a strong current, my line would actually be on the 45 off my stern. Now, if you're fishing with lead core line or stainless steel, it'll probably keep you a line with the back of the boat because it's heavier line. The way I'm fishing with the Power Pro, it just moves it. And plus, when you're using rattle traps, I think that you can go, keep your line a little more straight behind the boat. Same thing with lures with bills on it. It'll keep your line close behind the boat, so it doesn't drift out behind the boat on the 45 with the current. But this is the distance I would be right now with an incoming tide. Sometimes I'm so close I can hardly move the poles. Give it the action anyway. Alright, we're coming up on 5 break number 2. And this is the one my father used to love to fish right here. Right here. We'd anchor here and fish all day long. Sidewinders, speck of go-go's. That was the lure back then. And with a strong current tide, a strong tide coming in, we would just drop it straight down and just bounce it up and down. And we caught a lot of fish. A lot of fish. I know this is probably boring watching this, but that's about what it takes to troll until you hit them. And then all of a sudden, you're full of energy and you're back at them again. I'm just going to keep doing this for a while, show you how slow I'm going and where I'm at. Right now, it's a slack tide, so I'm going to get closer and closer to these pilots. The lure itself is going to be directly behind the boat because the current's not there to move it out. And then I'll leave enough line out to where I want to be just on that bottom. I don't want to feel the bottom all the time, but I want to be just in that bottom, especially on the downstroke. There's a gentleman up ahead of me. He's casting, drifting and casting to the pilots. A lot of people do that. I think they got more of those than they have people that like to troll. There you go. Here comes a marker now. This is a marker. I'm guaranteed you, if you troll past that marker, you will get hooked up. So once again, you got options. You can raise your pole up, go fast and get it off the bottom, go around it, pick it up, go past it, and drop it back down. Now, if you're not as close to the tracks, like on a falling tide, I get a little further away from the tracks. If I'm if you're far enough out, you won't get hung up on all those markers. You see, you can just let it go around. You'll go right through it. You'll get a feel for it after a while, where you have to be at and everything else. So I am going from north to south. I'm on the west side of the train tracks. I've always fished the west side. My family's always fished the west side. Very seldom we fish down on the east side of the train tracks. And when I'm talking about, we used to fish with, these were all actually creosote pylons, not concrete. And just about where that boat was, there's a row of pylons that carried the cables, telephone and power, I guess. And we used to fish that a lot. And they'd have a lot of hang-ups. You could watch them on top. Here's another marker. Yeah, as people would throw out, they would hook on top of those cables. And there was lures, caulks, you name it, man. And we made a device with a razor blade on it that we can come out here and just go along cutting them off. We didn't do it too many times, we just tried it. I'm going to get up to this guy right here and I'm going to stop. And then we'll go back and make a troll, see what we can do. Once again, you can see I'm not going that fast. Matter of fact, I can slow it down a little more. There you go. I just shut it down all the way. I hope it doesn't kill. But I'm going as slow as I possibly can without killing them both. I'll be it. I don't know if you can see it. There's a white crab trap. So now you got to worry about that. You have to probably pick up and go around that. If the tide's coming in, you know that the actual crab trap is going to be to the left of that caulk. If the tide's falling, it's going to be to the right of that caulk. So you got to adjust for that. We got company over here. Here comes a fisherman. Looks like one of those pontoon boats doing his thing, getting ready to cast around. Just going real slow, real slow. I don't have anything in the water. I'm just doing this to show you the speed and what it looks like and how boring it is. It is boring, but when you find them, when they're out here in the right time of the year, you don't have to worry about being bored. That first hit's going to make you want to perk you up and then go at it all day long. And then when you do find them, and, you one after another, it's a thing, like good thing. Anyway, this is another 5 break. This is 5 break 3 now. You see the indentation? All right. See right there, fire break 3. I hope y'all can see that. It says fire break 3, or it says 3. And I call them FB. So whenever you see me post FB, that is fire break 3. I think I'm close enough to this guy right now. I'm gonna turn the camera off, go back up, and I'm gonna drop the line. I didn't bring my tripod. My bad. This is my preseason, my scouting season, getting ready for the season. So far, I've learned that I have a broken seat in my boat. I can't sit down right. I left the ice chest home. Got the ice, but I didn't get the ice chest. My small ice chest, I gave fish away, and I never did get the ice chest back. I gotta make a round, just go pick up some ice chest. See, now another thing is when you're trolling, you don't want to mess these guys up, so you just pick up and go around them. Some people troll around them. I just like being close to that pylon, so I'm gonna pick my pole up and go around him and drop back down. Okay, turn it off. There's another fisherman over there. Got a few people out here today. Just as I turned the camera off, that little boat in front of me pulled in a nice flounder. But there's the rig, guys. There's the 3/4 ounce jig head, and there's the 2 trailers that you see. Orange on top, green on the bottom. We're going to drop it down. I'm going to try to film this, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it because I need one free hand to operate the motor. So here we go. I am going as slow as possible. I'll show you how I do it. I don't know if it's the right way or wrong way, but I'm trying to find the right distance. So I'm going to get close to the pylons, which I am going to do right now. And I'm going to wait for this white dot. As soon as I pass this white dot, I'm going to drop down because I don't want to get stuck again. While I'm getting a little closer, there's the white dot coming up. I'd love to catch one just to show you. I don't care if it's a brown or a red. We got a good chance of catching a red more than anything else. Alright, there's the white dot. I'm dropping it down. You notice my fingers on my spool. I hit it, it goes down. I use my thumb. I use my thumb a lot. Make sure it gets to the bottom. Leave a lot of line out. When I think there's a pylon coming up there. I didn't bring all my tackle box. I don't want to lose it. Hold on, I'm gonna speed up. I don't want to start that box there. I think I'm clear now. Messed that up pretty good. Here we go. I'm gonna keep using my thumb to leave line out. I'm going about as slow as I'm going to go now. Get my thumb, leaving the line out. What I like to do is on a forward jerk like that, take my thumb off, let the line go down. Forward jerk, let the line go down. And I keep trying it. If you can see back, that line going away from the boat more than anything else, like away from the thrustles, that dot coming in a little bit. I think next time I do this, I'm going to have somebody with me to help me film it. But anyway, here we go. We're just trolling along here right now. We're going at a good low speed. I'm still letting line out. Pop it, there's your thumb. Pop it, there's your thumb. Now, when I get a hit, what I have to do when I get a hit is I got to set the hook, then I got to bring this hand over here, hit this, and set the reel so it'll fight the fish. I'm perfect right now. I'm real close to the thrustles. Oh shit! My chair just broke again. Almost went overboard. All right, here we go. I'm using my elbow with my left arm to steer the boat. Try to keep it going straight. This is it. Just use that thumb. Got some line out. There you go. I'm on the bottom. I just felt the bottom. If I don't feel it, I'll just bring my line real close like that and let it go back. See, and if I don't feel it, then I know I don't lift it. I just felt it. So now I think I got enough line out. So I'm just going to drift along here. I'm gonna turn the camera off so I can see if I can hook something. If I do, I'll turn it back on. Alright, now I'm outside the north drawbridge. Just gonna go slow along here. Out this way, you don't have as many hang-ups. So, there are a few between the north draw and those two posts. See up there, the two power line posts. There's a light post and two power lines. Up into there's a couple of hang-ups you have to be concerned about. We also have a different array of boats out here now. I counted 14. Just out here enjoying the day. I guess it's a Sunday. It's got a perfect wind for it. The lake looks pretty good. I mean, you know, on a scale of 1 to 7 on the water clarity, it's a good 6. See, he's fishing with a tandem rig over there. I threw back up in here for a little while. I didn't get nothing anchored up, but I'm gonna go further out past these boats and start trolling. That's the downside. You know, sometimes you have to go further out to get away from the boat so you can troll. There's no way you can troll along there. I mean, by the time you get your line down, you'll be on top of the next boat. The best thing to do is just go out past them, that last boat over there, and start trolling. Right past that last boat, you see, not the one way out there, but there's 1, 2, 3 boats. That little sign you see sticking up, that's probably going to be 184. Mile marker 184. A lot of people fish there. The only reason I think they fish there is because it's a marker that you can set up on. Somebody caught fish there one time. But I don't know. But that's normally where I troll out there, from the north draw out. Right along here. Nice and slow. But I'm going to go a little further out. I'm going to turn the camera off. When I get over there, I'll turn it back on. Alright, we're coming up on... First of all, I said that stick was 184. It's actually 174. Not 184, 174. Coming up on 5 break 3 right now. That's it right there. Really can't see a 3, but I'm sorry, back up now. Y'all messed up. It's 5 break 6. Yeah, that's the first 5 break past 174. That's 5 break 6. As you can see, there's not many boats along the trestle. As a matter of fact, there's none. But from 5 break 6 to 5 break 8 has been very, very productive for us. And normally you don't have that many boats this far out. They tend to stay close to the north draw to 174. So you get free range to troll this. I got hooked up 2 times, but was able to get them off. So I've still got a rig. Like I said, I didn't bring my trolling box with me. I didn't think I'd stay out here this long, but the water looks so good. I'm going to keep giving it a try. I'm going to probably go out to FP11 and then troll back in and see if I can get a bite. Like I said, that guy caught 1 flounder is the only thing I've seen caught so far today. The water's excellent. Later. Alright, folks. Now we're heading north. I am tied up against the pilings. I lost my trolling rig. Only had one. There's the big P. You bet there's something in front of there. So what I did was I just dropped over a tandem rig so I could troll back in. I don't have any regular trolling rigs I like, but I had the motor down, trolling motor down. Was trying to cast into the piling, see if I can do anything with that. Had one great hit. I mean, a great hit. Don't know what it was. Hoping it was a trout, but the way it was running, I think it was a red, but it got off. So I'm just leisurely trolling back toward the north draw. You can see how tight I am against the piling because the tide is somewhat coming in. We have a east-northeast wind, so I'm on a little bit of an angle into the wind to keep me tight up against the piling. And then when you come back around, you can see the pole just had a hit, but I think that was the bottom. And that's my line back that way, going on the south side. I'm going to put the camera down. It's kind of hard to film and fish at the same time.